Yep. Buttons depressed.
Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia, coming to you live from Deltona, Florida, with two idiots misinterpreting the news so you don't have to. Lunch with Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Les.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news so you can do nothing other than question your own personal life choices and ours, because we're still doing this thing. Yeah. Giveaways are open on both streams if you or not on mine yet. Hold on. Giveaways are now open on both streams, to where you too can type in bang bundle me if you're a Shroud player and you want to get in on the streamer bundles. If you want get into the Steam key giveaway on Laz's side, you'd be doing bang, I love free shit. And my side, it would be bang the bouquet. Yeah. I guess I should also click on that button that says reset goal for
You think?
the bit goal. I mean, hey, I'm busy filling out an incident report on stupidity.
Yeah. Master's degree, huh? Really?
Yeah. Master's degree.
Tell him I've got just the thing for him if he has any extra gift cards. He wants to get rid of.
You got a bridge? You got a bridge you want to sell him?
I got whatever. I got a tree. I got a bridge. I got a couple of buildings. A couple of rivers.
I've got countries.
I've
got politicians. I've got everything for sale for this guy. Because holy shit.
Tell him I'll give him some game keys real cheap.
Yeah. And if everybody needs a fucking laugh, on Monday, it was the start date for a person with a master's degree in cybersecurity as in the SecOps DevOps role. And on Tuesday, they received an email from Instant Response. That was the name on the Instant Response, was the name shared.
Oh.
And some generic optonline.net email with the subject of the CEO that I work for. And the comments were, "Good morning, name. I need you to provide your current cell phone number and wait for my text. I have a request for you to handle." Then the text message exchange had him go buy a bunch of gift cards that were going to be shared with employees.
So I haven't asked yet, but what was the grand total of the gift cards, and how did he pay for them?
$600, and I'm guessing credit card. I don't know.
But his own credit card. It wasn't a corporate card.
Yes, his own. Yeah, his own. Yes.
The second day on the job, I'm guessing that nobody was silly enough to give him a corporate card just yet.
Oh, hell no. His access is extremely limited, and it's just production data. Holy fuck. It's like that right there should be, here, we're going to reimburse you your $600, and we're terminating all your access. Thank you. Have a great day.
Really?
If it was me, I'd just cut my losses right then. I would go ahead and, as part of his party.
That's your own problem,
Yeah, well, absolutely. It absolutely his own problem. I mean, because
I'm gonna guess also, because you didn't go into details, he actually handed over the gift cards.
Well, he texted them all the information.
Codes. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Master's degree just goes to show you.
Yeah.
No matter how many years of schooling, doesn't beat street fucking smarts. I tell you what. Common freaking sense ain't as common anymore.
Well, the funny part is, like, this is a straight up just spearfishing exercise, and the fact that he fell for it so readily, it's like, holy crap. And that tells me, one, never put your shit on LinkedIn for a current employer. Two, he should have been like, fuck off, and actually looked at like the from and the email address and been like, wait a second, there's something fishy going on here. And there are like a dozen red flags in the information that I've seen to where it's like,
oh yeah,
yeah, I mean, kid, Have a great day.
Biggest red flag is buy me gift cards. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, yeah.
Well, no, the big red flag starts off with I need your cell phone number.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The CEO already has that information. I work for a company with 20-something employees. It's like, this is ridiculous.
I would agree.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit. This is a moronic behavior. I mean, it's like,
I would agree.
You got to be absolutely brain dead. Which means, bye-bye, we're cutting our losses if it was me. But, hey, I don't get to make that decision because he's not under me.
But, yeah, there's your laugh of the day. Master's degree falls for the gift card scam, and he's in IT security. Yeah. Yeah, not too secure. But anyway, welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Thursday, June 5th, 2025, here inside and outside Shroud the Avatar. And supposedly...
Supposedly.
There is a dev stream today.
Yeah. Which means that we need to type in swooning June into chat.
June, yes. Swooning June. Let's
Swooning
everybody
June.
in universe chat. Hey,
Swooning June.
Is your bundle me open?
Should be.
Oh. Mine is.
I didn't get any message after I put it.
Got 7 people in it, so it's open.
There could be a stream today from the devs. Might be. But hey, you know what's more consistent? Lunch with Laz and Jack, Monday through Friday. 12 to 1 Central or Nude Britannia time.
Absolutely.
10 years of this stuff to talk about Shroud, and the devs can barely afford to do once a month. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. How close am I right now?
Yeah, I mean, we do take some days off, but it is the norm for us to be streaming.
I'm only 14 seconds off that time right now, so I gotta sync up.
Your time that is 14 seconds off.
Been a couple days.
If you didn't know, you can always go to time.is, and it will actually tell you how accurate your computer time is. I'm 0.3 seconds ahead.
Ahead? That's unusual.
I probably need to change the CMOS battery.
And you got a big head, so that's a lot of seconds.
But anyway, moving right along. Yeah, dev stream also 6 p.m. Nude Britannia time,
6 p.m.
not 4 p.m. So if you go looking for it at the usual time, you're not going to find it at the usual time or the usual day because, hey, Shroud math, Shroud logic.
Shroud logic, yeah.
That's Shroud, baby, I tell you what, yeah. So, if anything happens interesting, I'm sure we'll get a couple pings as to here's some interesting stuff. But let's talk about some other interesting stuff. We have some old stuff. We got some new stuff. Where do you want to start?
We can start anywhere.
Okay, my time is now exact.
You click the little synchronize button.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah. And that is the adjust date and time, and then you have to go We're sync now. Woo! Now let's see. Time.is. It still says I'm 0.3 seconds ahead. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so where are we going right now? Where do you want to start today off?
I'm looking. I've been wanting to cover this forestry data collection, but I also want to cover Conjure Dragon. I guess we can start with forestry.
Timber.
Okay, let's go talk about the forest metadata
Lovely
collection project.
Forests in Shroud of
Yes.
the Avatar.
Now, this is from Isolde, who Airmid started collecting data about her meticulous collections results in forestry. She is a good lumberjack, and when she wears her lumberjack outfit,
Lumberjack and I'm okay.
yes,
Steve
and she
Bell,
has a forestry collection extra node chance of 0.77, which is the information from /stats. I would love all of her lumberjack's stats to be provided in this, like her skill tree for what the hell is this called? Forestry. Like, what is her forestry skill? What is her forestry
Meticulous collection skill? Yeah.
swift
easy,
gathering
Rusty.
and meticulous
Good to
collection.
see you, buddy.
And that way you actually have the skill levels to say, oh wow, that is extremely impressive. Instead of the /stats, which will record things to a chat file, then you have to go to your percent app data percent.
But yes, it would be nice to have the actual stats, not that silly number.
Yes.
That number tells us
so-
nothing.
No, it does not at all. And then where is this actually going to be at? Chat logs? It recording stats to chat log file. Well, thanks, you dirty bastard. Oh. And then if you go look in the game, this is some quality.
Yeah, not even wasting my time.
No. Quality view. Tell me if you can see anything wrong with the display on my screen. Oops. Now, tell me if there's anything wrong with that display.
Holy crap.
But if I change the window size and like shrink it, right?
Don't
It displays things. No, you need to be looking in Discord. Yeah, no visual bugs here. I wish I could record a little video so that way you could actually see this and then you'd be like, what the fuck? Shroud logic.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Because otherwise you need to go look in your actual chat log, which is the file. And I'm pulling up mine as a point of reference, okay, Laz?
Yeah. What did you do? /stats? Now I gotta see how mine comes in.
/stats, and then we are looking for the forestry collection. Okay, extra node chance. And mine is
mine doesn't even come up in my chat window.
well, you need to go to your app data, roaming, Portalarium, Shroud of the Avatar, chat logs, open up the most recent chat log. Otherwise, you're going to be scrolling through that list for a while and looking for it.
I thought that was coming up in a game window.
No, well, it is in your like gibberish, but finding that one thing, because Shroud doesn't alphabetize these things, that's you got to go look for the forestry, which may or may not be in there.
Yeah, I'm not waiting.
So, yeah. Since mine is 0.38 versus Airmid's 0.77, and I only barely have GM stuff for forestry, except my meticulous collection's only 98, but everything else is GM except survey. Now, going back to this, when Airmid is out lumberjackings, her results are quite diverse. So I was wondering if I could make more sense of it if I write down and analyze her results. So here are my rules. She chops wood in the same zone every time. My favorite, the Shattered Hills, tier 4. She also collects cotton, but I'm not noting down those results, only the forestry results. When she is interrupted during lumberjacking, the results are not recorded. A session starts when she eats her food and ends when the food is spent, i.e. an hour. During a session, she doesn't rezone or relog, change gear, food, potion, or buffs. Session 1 was experienced as good. It would be nice if all of these numbers were actually totaled.
Well,
and
we gotta. I'm hoping that there's an explanation later on, but I'm guessing like each one of those is a meticulous collection number, or is that the amount of wood that's coming out of each one?
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get an answer further on here.
Let's go ahead. Session 2 was experienced as odd because of that sudden 35 in basically a bad session, but we don't know what that 35 is. Session 3 was bad. Session 4 was good. Session 5 was average. Session 6 was bad. Session 7 was very good. I'll add more results when I have more. It's too early for an analysis, I think. And Frost 2 is like, I don't understand what each of your numbers represent. And forgot to tell. Thank you. For each tree Airmid chopped in a session, there is a number, except the ones where she was interrupted. 1, no extra node for meticulous collection. What? Higher numbers, the numbers that is the message on screen when you get extra nodes, i.e. meticulous collection times 4. So this is her meticulous collection?
That's what I thought.
Multiplier?
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So a lot of 7, 15, 11, 10, 10.
Yeah.
12s. Not bad.
Now, Isolde starts to do a little number crunching. Trees chopped. Results over 7 sessions. 546 trees chopped. Ones where there is no meticulous collection at all was 116, which is 21% of her results. 2s, exactly 1 meticulous collection, was 93, which is 22% of the results. And since Airmid has a meticulous collection percentage of 77%. That means those figures are exactly what one would expect if each shop would have a 77% chance of success.
Hey, go figure.
So
Shroud math working.
Shroud math actually worked.
Shroud math is shroud mathing. Hey.
I am as stunned as you are.
The shroud math is shroud mathing. I tell you what.
Yes. And she actually breaks that down. Getting to a meticulous collection times 8 or higher has a chance of 16%, which is plus 8's 92. So she had a 17% of that. And getting to 20 or higher has a 0.7%. And her results were 0.9. So Shroud math. Shroud math is
shroud mathing.
Yes. So basically, the overall results are exactly what was expected. If the math used is simple, I must say I'm a little surprised because it usually feels like something special is going on, especially if I hit high meticulous collections. So this is confirmation that the numbers really are not made to understand, or humans are not made to understand randomness. Yes, because we like to witness patterns that we can recognize in a large enough sample set.
And I already see one that Y sold is missing, but we'll get to that in just a second.
Oh, I'll still experiment a bit with turning a bad session into a good one, but now that I've seen these numbers, I'm not sure if those actually will work. He sold. Laszlo, it's not too hard to get the success percent of every attempt for the entire sample if you want. Each number represents one failure, so you just need to find the total of all numbers and the total of all numbers plus the number of numbers and divide. You're definitely right that humans suck at understanding randomness. Intuitive pattern recognition is pretty handy for not dying, but not great for everything.
All right, now let's scroll back to the top.
Okay.
And I've got how many fingers up?
3.
And what's our favorite random number generator?
3.
3. Okay, let's count them. First one, good. Second one, odd. Third one, bad. Fourth one, good. Fifth one, average. Sixth one, bad. Every third one is bad. Hello, random number generator 3. 3. Count it. 3. And now this will take us to another old topic, which I didn't go look up, but you'll probably recall that somebody had brought up forestry and the odds of your luck when you zone into a zone to mine or collect stuff. And basically, that random number generator will either tell you you're going to have a good session, an average session, or a bad session. And if you notice that you're having a bad session, what do? You just rezone and start over. And this way, your chances of getting a better session. But yes, to me, this just says that the random number generator of 3 is working on point because good was first and good was fourth, bad was third and bad was sixth, and the odd and the average were, second and fifth, which is just, of course, seventh was the odd one out, which was very good. But I'm going to say that seventh was just good, and he's counting it as very good because it looks pretty much the same as session 1. Actually, if I'm looking at it, session 1 was 7-3, session 1 was 7-3-11, session 7 was 5-3-4. So yes. I'm just, so I'm thinking that session 1 was even better than, I'm just going by that. But if we look at the numbers,
Yeah.
I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
But I mean, she does. I mean, that is one where we don't. That she recorded data from more sessions than that, but I mean, that's just what she shared with us. Some good and some bad,
Yeah.
and some odd.
And again, why sold? I can just tell you that if you think you're in one of them bad sessions, get the fuck out.
Because look at the second one, which is odd. And she only marked it as odd because it was a bad session. Then you would have ended up with 4. So good, bad.
It's
bad,
odd because there was a
good,
35
average, bad,
meticulous
good.
collection. That's why it was odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is very odd because I don't see a number that high anywhere else. There's a 23 down in session 7, along with a 15, but I'm not seeing any other ones that have such a high number. So,
well, she's got some 20s in there. So I mean,
I understand that, but 35, is
it's crazy.
So,
yes, it's pretty damn crazy.
So you're saying that when we're going to a zone like a mine or a forest where we want to get stuff, we want to either zone in once or twice, and then zone in 6 more times and go in a 7th time.
No,
what?
That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that you have a 2 out of 3 chance of getting a decent return compared to the 3rd chance, which is usually a bad return on your time and your gains. So I'm just going to throw a couple numbers out there as examples. Say you go in the first time and you mine 500 ore, the second time you mine 500 ore, the third time you go, you might only be collecting 350 ore. Well, if you realize that you're not gaining the 500 ore that you normally would be gaining, you zone out and zone back in to change that odd. Yeah, change the odds to get you back to the 500.
That's odd.
That's Shroud math.
Hey, Shroud math is Shroud math.
Yeah, but that's already been proven a long time ago.
It is the butt of the hour.
Yeah.
So streamer bundles are going to be pulled, although I already did mine. And Morgan received a streamer bundle from me.
I think Morgan's been on fire lately.
Yes, he has. I mean, it's all good.
I'll tell you what. Let's see if he's still on fire on my side. Nope. It's fucking Lomir.
What? You can at least trade Lomir on the set. So that,
I guess it actually went through.
There you go, Lomir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And make sure to type in exclamation bundle me on my side.
Yes. And my side. I've got 2 people in now.
Pounded hard.
But I am surprised that Isolde actually found out that the Shroud math
is Shroud mathing. Absolutely. Definitely give him some props for that.
Yes, she did great figuring that stuff out for us, and hopefully she'll go back and edit her post and clarify what those numbers actually represent as the number of meticulous collections.
Indeed.
Instead of like the number of how much wood.
And woodchuck chuck?
Yes. The woodchuck chucked. But yes, where are we going to next?
All right, where to next? Let's go talk about our friend Conjurer Dragon. Is Conjurer Dragon out here today? Maybe we should hold his topic till he's here.
Conjurer's in voice.
Oh, is he? I didn't see him in chat.
Yes, he just joined a second ago.
Oh yeah, there he is.
So which one are we going to?
NPCs.
NPC names and occupations. This is a post from Conjurer Dragon, who hopefully will answer in voice and not be distracted. In the English language, there are NPC merchants that do not have or give a name, but only show their occupation above their head. Example given is a reagent merchant for the woman in the alchemy shop, or the Fletcher in the training area of Castle Athos. They do essentially have their occupation as their name and the name sign above their head. In the German chat of the game, that ought to be simply translated to the German translation, but instead the English occupation in the name sign remains Fletcher, while the title sign above these names shows Phalamaker, the translation of Fletcher. So the NPC actually has both above his head, Phalamaker and Fletcher. Or the woman in the alchemy shop, Reagenzine Handler and Reagent Merchant. This is not an issue with the translation, and so should not be discarded by the fact that the translation efforts are on halt. Actually, both examples are perfectly translated. The bug is the client uses the German translation in a different area than the English above the NPC's head, so it does not replace the original, but isn't added to it. That's an interesting bug.
Bug. Welcome back, Rusty.
And Allie with the thorough response. This seems to be a problem with how specific NPCs are set up and not a universal problem. What percent of the NPCs don't have names still? 50%?
I don't know. We'll have to go take a look at these. Shall we go to Castle Athos while you're reading this?
Yeah, might as well. As I note that nameless children just say kind, not kind child. And the beggar by the front gates says Bedelerin, not Bedelerin beggar. At Sanyu, if you know what is doing, this might be something I can run a search for. Dun, dun, dun. And this thread was posted how many days ago, Laz? 6, 7?
This was May 29th, so just a few days ago, yes.
Yeah. So, so 7 days. And we're still waiting for Sanyo to answer that question.
Well, he's got an answer.
Oh, and I had to refresh the page.
Yes.
Because I'll take a look. Issue number 72,524. So the issue is only in Castle Athos or in every city while using a German game client. For example, do you see the issue in Ardors, Battle of Solace Bridge, or East Reach Gap?
I don't know. Sorry, Sanyu, but can you read?
Okay, so for one, how old is Ardors? Every NPC has a name there, or should have a name, as well as Battle of Solace Reach and East Reach Gap. So you would actually want to look at places, and how do we change the localization? Language.
Good
German. Okay. I have changed the language to German.
How did you do
wait,
that?
Fletcher only says Fletcher.
Oh, where are you at? I don't see. As I came in, beggar has beggar on his, which is just his occupation / where are you at the Fletcher? Where is the Fletcher?
By the training stuff.
By the training stuff.
I this could be because we had already zoned in before we switched languages. So, V gets.
Like I
Let's
see
see if he responds to that.
decoration merchant.
So, oh wait, Shroud math. We got to restart. We got to restart the game because it didn't change language. It's still doing all the dialogue in English.
Maybe it's smarter than you
Restart.
think. And knows
Restart the game because Shroud logic can't do things on the fly.
Yeah, so basically everybody out in Castle Athos has like their occupation: tavern keeper, villager, child, beggar above their head, decorations merchant, now public vendor. Let's see over here. Let's see. Now, if I speak to, say, visitor, so let me talk to the decorations merchant. If I ask her her name,
Okay.
I don't get a chat because, oops, sorry.
Well,
You guys
my
would probably
game is
like to see
now
this.
in German.
Achtung,
Achtung, baby.
Chat bubbles. Okay, where is the chat? Gotta be under video interface.
Oh man.
Okay, I hate this fucking. Where is it? It's got to be under
Okay, so
interface.
now that I've logged in as German, so it had to restart the game. Fletcher does have the title above him for Fletcher.
Right.
Okay. And this is the title of the NPC. So if you actually look at the screenshot I provided and blow that up, because this will be slightly enlightening. If you look at the like Roberta, right? You see how it's got her title? So it's the title of Fletcher that's being translated, not the character's name. Okay.
Right. Well, that's what I'm looking to find. I tried speaking to the merchant there, but I didn't get anything but
Now
a
we
buy
do need
sell
to go
window.
to. We need to. Well, oh, that's because you have that stuff turned off.
No, I've
Now,
got it turned on actually. Enable conversation close-ups. I have turned on.
So you
what
should
is
be
the
able to
other
type
one?
in name.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. That's the interesting.
Okay.
Oh, I do have. I'm sorry. I do have skip conversation with merchants checked. So that's why. Okay, so there we go. So now if I do this and I click name, I'm sorry, I don't have a name. So the pet merchant doesn't have a name. Let's see if I go back over here to this vendor. Do they have a name? Decoration merchant. Does a decoration merchant have a name? Let's see if the decoration merchant has a name. I'm not comfortable sharing my name, so this one doesn't have a name.
And I'm looking for a town on out in Mistrender because that is one of the places where things have not been fully. Jotengurnd is just a tent.
Yeah, so nobody that I've spoken with so far is willing to share their name here. Just
Yeah,
to see.
but it's displaying titles.
Right. Well, I'm looking for somebody who wants to give me their name. Let's see. Does the
Okay.
guard have a name? Let's see. Let's see, guard. You have a name, guard?
No, that
Nope.
he does not.
Guard
Now,
don't
are you
have a
seeing the
name.
German titles on tops yet,
I'm
or
not.
is everything still in English?
I'm not changing. That's the whole point. I want to
Okay.
see. I want to see that. Do they have a name and a title when I have it? They actually have a name, like you're seeing. But
Yeah.
let's see. Coming over here to the blacksmith, Mr. Blacksmith. Do you have a name? You don't
Who's the
have a name
fucking?
either. None of these people have names. Crafting trainer.
Well, that's Shroud logic, man. We're
Yeah.
not going to name shit.
Oh, I got one. My name is Park.
Okay.
Okay, so and that's what it is. Here we go. I'm going to give you this screenshot. Oops,
Okay.
come on.
Does Park have a title?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
So it's really not a bug so much as just the functionality, as you're going to see here. There you go. And
Okay. So
Park.
crafting trainer. Yeah.
So that's most likely what your problem is there.
Well, that would not be his problem. It would be Shroud logic.
No,
So
because what his complaint is that when they have a name, right? Let's get back over to this. Let me just make sure I'm reading that. Now, if they do not have or give a name, they show the occupation.
yeah,
Okay.
and
They do
that would
essentially
be
have their occupation of their name as the name sign above their head. So
yeah.
gotta ask that question, Conjure. Let's see. Let's see what he's got to say in chat here.
And out in Vikland, they actually named all of the NPCs that I've found so far.
Yeah, but I'm reading what he's saying in chat here. The problem does not occur with NPCs that do give you their name, only with NPCs that don't give you their name. So what you're saying is if you come to this guy over here who doesn't have a name as Blacksmith, he's showing both Blacksmith in German and English for you? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because his name is Blacksmith and his title is Blacksmith. And so it is translating.
I'd like to see his
the title.
Screenshot.
Well, that's very similar to the one that I provided where you've got Fletcher and it translated Fletcher.
Okay. Yeah, I guess good point.
Okay, so I am out in you. And she has a name.
Fletch Fletcher. An Easter egg.
Yes. Does this kid have a name? Okay. So. I have found the town crier.
Well, again, I'm gonna take a stab at this and saying maybe not quite a bug, because since Fletcher is actually his name and he doesn't give a name, that's where the namespace is.
It's his name and his title, and so they are
I understand that, but Yeah, because they didn't
So,
give that person a name to change, it still remains Fletcher. So
well,
his
they
name
named
is
him his job title.
right. Which makes sense for that type of, Smithy the blacksmith, Fletch the Fletcher. Yeah,
Which what
that's what Knight Rider's alluding to, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
which they did in days of old.
That's exactly what I'm pointing out there, Lomir.
yeah.
Is now, of course, for those people who may still have a name an NPC reward, I don't know how many people still have some of those rewards, Jack. You know anybody who has those rewards? Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah, as I said, multiple times. Maybe we could,
Yeah, but we need one of the towns that doesn't have all the NPCs named.
Well, problem is you and I went around, and especially when you got dinged, you went around and had to
Yeah.
ask everybody their name
Yeah,
to get your
but I'm trying.
virtues all back straightened out.
Was Estcard? I have Ausrufa. I have no idea what that means, but that's where I'm going. Out in Estgard.
Estgard. I believe I've gotten the names of all the people in just about all the places I travel. And I'm headed back to the lot at this point, so.
Okay, let's see. I found the town Cryo name. Okay, nope, that one has a name.
So when you get his name, he has his name and town crier above his head?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I would not consider that a bug. I would just consider that working as intended because the Fletcher is the name of the actual person, even though he doesn't have a real name. His name is actually his job.
And I'm going, and now that I received a friend request. What's up with that? Nadia, hi. There you go. And now I need to change the language back to English because my German sucks. English. Yeah. Okay. If only, oops, don't want that one. Recall. Got the home. But yeah, it's going to be related to the character's name and the character's title, and it's translating the title and not the character's name. That's all it is.
Yeah,
And
but I mean,
they were just lazy.
You just give the character a name, and he's still going to see a name and their title. So I mean, that's not really a bug when you really think about it. That's what I'm pointing out. Is yeah, well, see again, you're working on Shroud logic, Conjurer, and yes, you're in a perfect world, absolutely, every NPC would have a name, but we know somebody, Lum, who dropped the ball when it came to the naming, and of course, then these other places were added in later on after,
And
most of the names are handed out. Yeah.
What's the one with a bunch of satyrs in it where every single one of them like just refuses to tell you their name?
Pick a satyr. Yeah.
But I mean, it was one where it doesn't help that they had Lum writing the quest and dialogue engine, which was a massive mistake.
Yes, we know that.
Because he spent over a year on developing that. It's like, talk about a waste of resources and time when he was your primary quest writer. That's like,
right, Conjurer. What
project
you're not,
management.
what I don't think you're understanding is, if he had a name, he would still have the German name above and his name of Jack below that, because that would be the actual name. But since
No.
yes.
He wouldn't have the German name Jack above it because remember,
No, he
that
would
is
have
the
the
NPC's
title.
title.
That's what I'm saying. He would have the title, and then if he had an actual name, when you asked him his name, it would have his name below it. You'd still have both entries.
Correct.
So whether it be
Yeah.
Fletcher or whether it be Jack, I understand that it sucks that they didn't give this guy a name aside from just being Fletcher, but that's just Shroud fucking logic, buddy. There's nothing, if they actually give him, yes, I understand Fletcher equals, the name is the name. I understand that.
And it just displays the title before you learn the character's name.
Yes. Once you learn the character's name, you get the title and then the character's name. So,
although actually Conjurer would be right that is a bug, because if he's seeing Fletcher first before the German translation, that NPC is displaying the wrong. It should be doing the title first. Then you learn the character's name is Fletcher. So right. Conjurer is actually right because of the order.
Well, here's something we need to ask. Is he seeing this every time upon meeting a new NPC automatically, or does that happen only once he asks the question of what the name of the NPC is? Because if it happens once he asks the name of the NPC, then not a bug. If it's happening before you ask the name of the NPC, then yes, I would say that would be a bug.
It's a bug. The problem there is like you actually have to recognize the problem, then identify it of, this is and then have someone else duplicate it because you can't forget NPC names.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah. Well, so far only those two people.
And let me correct you on one more thing. He says this is not an issue with the translation, and so should not be discarded by the fact that translation efforts are on halt. No, they're not on halt. They're done. They don't have anybody else working on translations as far as we know. And good luck ever seeing anything else translated unless they hire you to actually do the translation. But translations stopped happening years and years and years ago. I don't even know why we still have the translations forums anymore, because they're
that project's been dead.
Yeah, it's been dead for years. So I wouldn't say it's on hold. I would say it's dead, Jim. Yeah, well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Laz and Jack just shut down your bug due to translation efforts because it most likely is never going to get addressed, buddy. And if it does, I will eat those words and I will issue an apology, but until such time.
And then he will question, why was that having a higher priority than actually fixing the game?
Like, coconuts or episode 2. We've seen crazier things, You know what they say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease sometimes. And we've seen a lot of Conjurer Dragon's little complaints actually get taken care of pretty quickly. But this one, I'm going to have to shoot this one down and go, you're going to be waiting a long time, if forever.
If ever.
Yeah, if ever.
Because it should be very low priority, but they may turn around and decide, once they identify it, be like, oh, wait, this is what it is, and then fix it.
Well, they might be able to get, what's his name?
Sanyo?
No, who's our web guy?
our German web dev
Yeah,
that
Taslow
only shows up.
Might be able to get
Taslow,
Taslow
yeah.
to do something there, but again, highly
Yeah.
doubt it. You got to say something, Contra, before we get out of here? I thought I heard him chiming in.
No, that was me typing.
Oh. But chiming in on we got to get out of here for today. Time for us to pull our final giveaways of the day.
Oh, and who's getting a streamer bundle?
Morgan!
And that's going to be Morgan on both
I'm
streams?
telling you, man, that boy's been on fire.
I know. It's like, wow, Morgan, congratulations. And then it's a good thing I know where buttons are. Because had streamer bundle been translated to German, I would have been like, what am I looking for?
Don't forget to
But
change that back.
Volvanov going to be getting a copy of Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom
Vroom,
on
vroom.
Steam. Yeah, Vroom Vroom, which
Vroom,
is a $17 game.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom. $17.
How did they come up with these names?
I don't know. I mean, vroom vroom. But congratulations to.
All right. Closing the final giveaway, picking our final winner. And too seldom, you're going to get a copy of Animal Shelter on Steam. And Animal Shelter on Steam is, how much is it? $19.99. Congratulations to Too Seldom, getting himself a $20 game key just for being a member of our audience. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for
Yay.
being here each and every day, and we do appreciate you all, and we will be back with more tomorrow on Fruck Awesome Friday right here on NBNN. Until then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Lomir.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye bye.